So hi everyone, this is Francis. Now I'm going to be giving a brief demo walkthrough on what Archon Devtools is about. So quick thought on audits. When someone audits a contract and hands you a PDF, what are you actually trusting? Is it them, the name on it, the signature? You can't really go back and check the work yourself. So that has always bugged me. And then so I built Archon. So we start by connecting our wallet. Sign in. And here we are, we're in the audit page. So we already have a pre-pasted contract here. We could decide to maybe upload the file. So you click on it. You decide to add a repo. And we could decide to add a repo. So we just select any one of them, one or two. What we're going to be using, so now it has pre-pasted, is the account proof registry. So we're going to use the default one. So we'll run the deep scan. So this doesn't take time, it takes about 5-10 seconds. So the good thing about this is you can be viewing this live as the events happen and be able to deduct what it's running. So you can see remove redundant zero initialization. This has something important findings it has made. So now it's done, we can view the report. And now we have a risk score of 100 with a total of about 17 findings. The findings were 1 critical, 1 high, 2 high, 1 medium, 3 low, then the rest is info. So this is where it is ranked. So we decide to come here and click on this event and sync it. So it shows the contract code, it shows the severity, gives a summary and why it actually matters on Mantle, then an exploit scenario. So it also gives a suggested patch on what you actually found. So we'll go back to the report, we'll go to generate proof. So this is a very important part of Archon. So I could decide to log in with my wallet. I'll need small Mantle gas. This is a fresh wallet. So we're going to use Archon default on-chain gas. So we approve an anchor gasless. So Archon is anchoring the proof on-chain. So it gives a link, an on-chain link. We can verify here that it's recorded on-chain. So here's the transaction hash. So we could go back. And then we could go to the gas optimizer. So we also have the upload option. We could upload through GitHub. We could decide to add an address. So we still use the pre-pasted contract code right here. Then we could come here and edit the name of the contract. So about V2 Archon. Then MNT use the assumption one. So cost per year about 100,000. So we run gas optimization, and now it's running. Yeah, so the total gas reduction is about 8.3%. Annual savings about $5. Optimization is 9. So here are some of the optimizations that it's made. So it also comes with a patch for the contract. So now to show that we actually run this, we can decide to anchor the proof on chain. So here's the report hash. So we anchor the proof. So Archon on deployer would be the one responsible for anchoring it on chain. So here's another one. 4 seconds ago, it just happened. Same contract hash. Then we go back here. We can close it. So another very important one is the observatory on Archon. So I'd love to talk about this. And this one is very Mantle. So on Mantle, part of what you pay is just for posting your data. Everyone estimates that with the same built-in tool. So I checked it against what contracts actually got charged, real receipts. So it's off, and when I say off, by about 3,000, 7,000 times. This is not a little, but a lot. So Archon ignores it. It treats the real charge cost and it publishes the gap publicly live right here. So if you build on Mantle, this is a number you've probably been getting wrong. So, and it's not a one and done scanner. It keeps watching your contract after you ship it and it rechecks if anything happens or changes. So it hooks into your pull request and fits in for a hackathon about AI agents. So other agents can just ask Archon if a contract's safe and check the answer against its identity. So here we have the reports page. It shows the entire proof. We click verify. So it takes us to the page. We'll come to our docs. These are documentation. It's quite detailed and extensive for developers that's going to be using Archon. We also have a white paper and an API reference. So this is going to take just a small network issue here. So this is our white paper. Then we have API reference also for developers building on that's going to be using Archon. So it's quite extensive. You just have to like read through it in case you encounter any issues, and you could reach out to us on our X page if you are encountering any issues. So we also have a gas leaderboard. So it ranks it by its score. It gives it its savings, like the savings on gas splits. You could also open the proof here. This is it. It was called Archon. So this is a contract that we ran earlier for another project building on Mantle hackathon. So that's most of it. So just to touch a few, this is our overview page. We have like that. We have it shows the recent activity right here. So I ran some scans, so it reflects here. This is globally. Contract context. We could also paste the contract here. You fetch the context, and it gives the contract metadata, API preview, external dependencies at all. Then the findings. We've already looked through this. It ranks them by critical. You could decide to open them. So these are some of the generated tests. We've opened that. Then cost card also. Then Sentinel. We could decide to let's try something out. And here I'm going to be pasting a contract address. So I think I have some samples to add. See, and then we have the account. This is the account and proof registry contract address. So we could decide to like watch the address. So it's getting recorded right now. So watching and reduce mode. So this is currently watching the contract address. So you could decide to save it as a webhook. You could add it on Discord and receive notifications through it. And then we have the verified proofs. So I'm going to be adding them quickly. This is taking too long. By vote, account proof registry, and then we have this source part, and then the latest. We're using the 0.24 optimizer around 200, and then the GitHub repo, and then finally the solidity source. Yeah. So I'm currently copying that out. Yeah. So we can attest the build. It's compiling and comparing. Now this is it. So it has entered. So public page, we could verify it here. So it actually ran, and the executable code actually matches. It's only that the CBO arrow metadata trailer is kind of like different. So it differs in that case, just for the metadata. So go back to go back here. Then the validation. This is maybe when you're trying to like make a challenge, maybe challenging certain audits on a contract. So it's loading. So yeah, this is it, and then settings. So I believe that's all for now. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for watching this demo. I really appreciate it.